Number 1. The Man in the Bunny Costume. When I was younger, I used to live by the woods and could see a cemetery from my back porch. One Easter, I remember waking up and seeing the Easter Bunny. And what really gets me is I remember smelling the wet hay. When I woke up, I didn't tell anybody, but there's an extra Easter egg in my house that my parents did not hide. Years later, when I was in high school, I asked my parents if they ever dressed up like the Easter Bunny and came to our room. They said they would never go through so much trouble. Then my younger sister, who I shared a bunk with when this happened, said she remembers the Easter Bunny came to our room and made a remark about the hay smell. I was terrified. We both remembered seeing a person dressed as a bunny in our room. To make it even stranger, I told the friends I sat with at lunch what happened. One of the girls was my neighbor across the street. She told me one Easter a long time ago, she looked outside her window during the night and saw the Easter Bunny standing in her driveway. I had chills. To this day, I'm terrified of people in rabbit costumes. Number 2. The Ghost Babysitter. When my niece was really young, she was in a bouncer at my sister's house. I was home and babysitting. I had left her to go to the kitchen to grab some water. My sister's chocolate labs were probably sniffing and licking her head. Because I could hear her giggling like she was having a blast, I hadn't noticed how cold it had gotten. Then I heard it, a loud wooden snap, like a thick piece of wood had been snapped in half suddenly or a tree was knocked over. I ran into the room, and what I saw and smelled next freaked me out. The dogs were huddled in the corner, whimpering. My niece was just staring at the ceiling in the corner with wide eyes, and it was cold and smelled like Stenson. I took her and we decided to go to a different room. When my sister finally came home, I told her what happened. She just rolled her eyes and said, "That is Hugh." I was confused. She said Hugh was the previous owner of the house, who had died 10 years before his wife sold it. She said he likes to follow my niece around, and you can tell it's him because the dogs freak out, it gets cold, and smells like cheap cologne. I don't believe it, but I do believe in that feeling you get in your gut when something doesn't feel right. Number 3. When the Dead Walks the Halls. I used to volunteer at a nursing home where we had several instances where new residents accurately described former residents down to specific nightgowns or color of glasses, who I and the staff knew had died in that room and complained about them coming into the room at night. Then once I was walking through the hallway, and it was normally uncomfortably warm inside, but I felt a chill and goosebumps. One of the CNAs said I had just walked through a ghost. I couldn't get warm for the rest of the day. There were flickering lights and TVs turned themselves on. Several of the staff were from the same Southeast Asian country, and they were talking about ghosts and disrespect for the dead. So much that the management had someone come and do a candlelight ceremony, and this lady with crystals and dreadlocks came to do a sage brushing. Things calmed down after that. Lights stayed on better, and the residents seemed calmer. If you have any scary stories, please comment them down below. Have a good day. Nexus Core Gaming, signing off.